Welcome back, you beautiful people. And guess what? We are back at Goodwood. Obviously, got my right-hand man, Matt Todd.
Gonna finish this one.
He's going to finish this one. You finished last week, didn't you?
Not on Saturday.
Oh, we won't talk about that. Jesus Christ. So yeah, we're back here. This is we are round 7. So yeah, go get signed on. It is warm tonight. We just rolled up to 28 degrees. But on the way here, it said 32 at one point. So for the UK, it's good. But for me, I quite like this. I like hot weather. We'll get this. We'll have some fun. Signed on. Wind is a bit less tonight. And someone over there wants to be on the vlog. Who's that? Tommy Stroud. Where's the boys? He loves it. He's a good lad, like racing with Tommy. So yeah, get signed on. See who's about. Lovely, lovely evening. Let's go. Hello.
Hello, you okay?
Yeah, Brett Wheeler for the Cat 2-3.
Yes, this is here.
There I am.
Which
Number 32.
It's your age, isn't it?
I wish. You are too nice. There we are. Number 32. I wish. I'm 38. There we are. Numbers on. That looks like quite a... hold on. We'll get a chat with old Seb. This is the man. Puts his race on. So this is Seb. He puts on the races. So how long have you been doing it?
8 years now. This is.
What made you start the races? Or
Well, there were races here before, but
was there?
yeah. I mean, they ran here back in like the 80s, I think.
Oh, really?
Goodwood Gallops, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's all new
But
to me.
yeah, I took on 3, which then went to 5, which then went to 10, and
But not
so
only
on,
this, you do... Is it the Portsdown?
yeah, Portsdown Classics. So I
Start
took
of
that
the
on, yeah, last year.
So the man does so
And
much
then
for us.
Kennel Hill as well.
Oh yeah, that's another one. It's
Yeah.
close to it. So it's all around this sort of
Yeah,
area,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Because you are from...
I'm like mile down the road.
Oh, so exactly. So it's good for him. But the man puts the races on.
Gives me a
like-
chance to race locally as well. So.
And he's always in there. Like, wait, you're
Trying.
in 4th
Yeah.
in the fourth in the
I was
championship. He's
hoping-
always there.
I just saw that you hadn't signed on yet, so
Yeah,
I
I
thought I
just
was going to
signed
have an
on.
easy race.
Yeah, so me and Matt are here. So like I say, Seb is team. And you race on your team is who?
RCR, Racing Club Ravenna.
That's it. So there's a lot of them. Always good guys. They were like Seb, just good, nice lads. Like I say, for what Seb does for all of us, we travel from Bournemouth, which is an hour and a half, because we just love the organisation that Seb does, and the people are nice. He's got helpful people, and it is one of the most fun races we can do. So
Cheers,
let me
mate.
see your hand, mate. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So get on yourself down here. If you ever see anything that he's going to put on, they do 4th cat. Tonight's a 3rd cat race. There's 2 free, and there's a female.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of races on. Something for everyone. You know, you can build yourself up with the 4th cats and move on. So yeah, honestly,
Cool.
he's a good man. So
Cheers, mate. I'll
we're
see you out there.
yeah, we'll see you out there. So yeah, like you say, Seb, great guy, does some good stuff for everyone. And I do these videos for a bit of fun, but it's nice to see the amount of work that Seb does for everyone. So yeah, lovely evening. Look at it. So stunning. We go get kitted up. Matt just got his number. Get kitted up, warm up, because there's a 3rd cat tonight. We race a bit later. I think we're starting at 7:20, so it'll be quite a late finish. So hopefully a bit cooler for us. Yeah, it's 27 degrees now. Obviously coming from Portugal, it's quite nice for me. But you know, after an hour racing, all day at work in this heat was quite something. Sweaty. So yeah, let's get kitted up, warmed up, and let's go. So here we are, start of the race. We are into the first lap. I didn't press it right at the start, so we are halfway around. But yeah, like usual, we're sort of keeping it steady. Just rolling through, rolling off. Getting the legs warmed up really, because we're going to be out here for an hour. You got to make sure your legs are nicely warmed up. So no one shot away just yet. I think the next lap, 6 lads tried to go, but they were brought back pretty quickly. But look at that sky. It was probably one of the best nights I've raced at Goodwood weather-wise. The wind was pretty strong, but it was nice, and it was just sunny, but it was pretty warm, very sweaty. So into the next lap, I think this is the one where we actually make the breakaway happen. Everyone we've been sitting up a bit too long, and we push on through. So here we are going through and off, and then this lad actually puts the hammer down, which was the start of the break happening, which was quite nice. It was like, let's go boys, we're 4 kilometers in, which is, I think, works out the second lap. So he's doing a bit, and this literally was the move that made the break happen. So he's been on the front a little while. I think that's Matt, my teammate, he's pulled off. The other lad, he'll pull off in a minute, and then I put in a bit of a dig. Because the break going, you have to work together. You've got to put in 10-15 seconds, really hard, push on. So here I am, I think I was on this pull for about 30 seconds, between 300, 400, 500 watts, just getting it going. And looking over my shoulder, then I can see the break is starting to form, and I believe there was 9 of us in this break. And then I'm about to pull over to the side, let the lads carry on through. And the thing is, if you constantly keep the speed up at this, the lads coming through, and I'm showing a bit how we're working together. You pull through and off, and just keep the speed working well. When people start sitting up, missing turns, which you'll see later in the video, happened, and it was quite interesting. But yeah, all the lads did really well in this breakaway till towards the end. One lad didn't pull through, which I didn't realise, so straight on the power to catch back up to the boys. It happened a few times. They don't shout at you that they're missing a turn, so you just got to look over your shoulder and realise it's happening. So yeah, that's sort of how our break was working. And this is a preem lap, I believe. But yeah, you pull through and off. So there's some hitters in here. Alex Murphy, who raced the national champs at the weekend, he did amazing. He was in the front bunch. Fair play to him turning up here with his legs, because they must have been shot. But yeah, everyone's doing well. Here we are. I'm going to pull off, and when the preem's coming up, it's about getting yourself in a really good position for the sprint, because the sprint is so fast. Going into the chicane, if you're a bit further back, it's a bit tricky. So I've just skipped a bit more forward. This is the lead in to the chicane, which is then into the preem. So you've got Joe Hill, Tommy and Alex in front of me, which you can see we're going 50 kilometers an hour. The preem's coming up. You've got Matt on my right hand side, and this was a very, very good sprint for myself. I used a bit of their draft and pulled out of it, and then here we go, time to put the hammer down. So you can see it, turn the camera, 1400 watts. I think that was the PB 5-second power I did on this one. So yeah, very happy to see that preem, and with that preem is 25 points for the overall champs, and there's 2 preems in this race, which is very handy. And then I've skipped forward a bit more. This is 21k in, so what's that? That's almost halfway. And yeah, you see we're going into this home stretch, but I think this is one of the lulls that happened within our breakaway. Like, all of a sudden we've gone from single file to open up, and we didn't actually realise, I don't think any of us looked round, the peloton were actually catching us, because we did this sort of weird, we broke up from single file, sat up a little bit, took it steady, and it's surprising how much time you can lose from that. So then we pulled back into pulling through and off, and here you can see we're back in single file. The guys on the left, they're the ones who have pulled off, and then we go about it again. But yeah, if you do just what happened just then, 2 or 3 times a lap, or over the course of a few laps, the guys behind can catch you, which what happens in a minute, you'll see the guys, it almost like shocked me. I looked over my shoulder and someone new came past who wasn't part of these 9 lads. I was literally like, wow, fair play. So yeah, we're here pulling through and off. turn the shoulder, or turn the camera. Match just come through. This lad, he was good. Yeah, it was a good bunch to be in. And then this is the second preem, which was actually, this one was a bit harder. I was a little further back. I think I was sixth wheel. And had to, you know, obviously I didn't sprint harder, but I managed to get it. You see in the camera, you know, turn it around for the sprint about to happen. You know, Matt's already started his kick, and the guys in front are already a bit in front, so I've used a bit of their draft, and then I pulled really over to the rider's left and sprint as hard as I could, because I knew these points really helped for the overall championship. And yeah, I took the second preem as well. There I am saying that's the second one. So yeah, buzzing on that. And then this is, you know, later into the lap. I think the second from last lap, when the peloton actually caught us. There's the commissionaire for the ladies who we're about to pass. They did really well. You know, they're over there on the left. We keep our gap because we got to keep our races separate. There's Alex pulling through. And yeah, you'll see in a minute. I don't know whether it was, we had to slow quite a bit down because of the chicane and stuff. But here the lads are pulling through, and I look over my shoulder, and yeah, one of these new lads just there, that one in the white jersey, I was like, he wasn't part of the breakaway. And I'm there talking to the lads like, whoa, what happened? And literally, fair play to him, it was a bit of a shock, but like I say, if you low a few too many times and the rest of them are working together, they can catch you quite easy. So yeah, we are all back together. I think there was now 20 of us in this bunch, and a few of us that were in the breakaway were like, well, let's push on a bit more. So we start to go again, which you'll see in a second. You know, put the hammer down a little bit. You know, they've must be a bit tired trying to catch on to us. We've not so much rested, but maybe got a bit more on the legs. So yeah, we put the power down at the 700 watts, you know, sat on someone's wheel. This lad's trying to jump back on, and that's how we do it into the last lap. But it never came to something because everyone stayed together. But then my camera died, but luckily I had the GoPro on the rear, and you know, this is going into the final chicane. We're all together, got Matt on my wheel, and it's time to go. So luckily someone filmed the finish as well from the side, which was quite nice. And it's just give it all you can for the sprint finish, which I am very happy of how it worked out. It was another good sprint. Unfortunately, no overlay data because of the GoPro. But yeah, just put the power down, and very happy to have took the win. So yeah, 2 preems and the win, and this is the footage from the side. It's a nice little gap. Baby. But what you want to know is, I won 2 preems, apparently free coffee for a year, close to here, hour and a half from the house, and I took the win. Oh my life, that sprint was, that was the fastest sprint, I think, going into that chicane. Honestly, fair play to the bunch who caught us back on, but what a night. Hopefully some of the footage on the back camera came out good, footage on the front. Again, thanks to the Seb and all the crew that put this race on, some of the lads. His son's further on, look at that. How was your race, Matthew?
Good.
The man did some work.
Legs felt best all year.
Yeah.
Best day out.
To be fair, you had a restful Sunday race, didn't you? So you had some legs, but what did you get in the preems? Did you get some points?
2 goals.
That's right, you got some points. And where in the sprint?
5th or 6th.
Yeah. But that was a race. Like the evening, although it was hot, you sweating? We are sweating. So yeah, I'll put the stats up. I might have put them up earlier. I can't remember what I said when you're all excited through the finish. But it was probably one of my best sprints. I was very happy with that. But yeah, great evening. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys. What a race. If you enjoyed it, comment. Are you liking the diabetes stuff? One thing actually, because of the cramps, today I fueled a lot more on electrolytes because I want to try and fight off the cramp, but our races I don't struggle too much, so let me know guys, did you enjoy this? There's one more race to go. Yeah, great race. Thank you everyone. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and see you at the next one.